leads and different things and how that works, especially for the new agents. And I wanted to kind of not really go over much cost as much, but just kind of give you an idea about different things. So right now we got 8x8, we got Facebook, we got lead cards. So cost wise, as I was telling y'all the other day, we could probably get like 500 Facebook leads versus, I've done the math, and not very many calls on 8x8. Okay, you get some in there, and these, I get this. Hey, that's gravy. Okay, and then lead cards is gonna kind of fit in halfway in between there. You know, they're not as low as Facebook leads, but 8x8 is gonna be the most expensive. When we first started doing this, and when David started doing this with the call center, they started out with something called Convoso, and veteran people that are here knows what it is, which is basically an Indian somewhere in another country calling Miss Jones 1,000 times until she answers, and then trying to talk her into staying on the phone long enough for her to transfer over to
another
us.
Indian.
This is the only thing that existed. His office managed to be very profitable with this lead system here that sucks, okay? But it was a lead system, and it was the only thing that they used, and they produced from it. You know, they produced 8 or 10 apps a week a piece, for the most part, off of this right here. Nobody knew about this at all, okay? This is new. This just started really about October, a few months ago. So nobody knew about these. There's an office in Florida and several other offices, or office in Georgia, where this is all they do, this is all they know, this is nothing else out there but that, okay? They don't get any other type of leads. They use Facebook leads, and they do very well with it because they were trained with it. That's all they know. So we use several different these as an advantage. You know, when something's not hot, maybe we can use something else. With this right here though, this will break the company if it's not done right, really quick, like. And none of us will have a job. Everybody says, man, I want some 8x8, so, you know, hey, I don't want to call Facebook, whatever. First of all, we have to be effective. So, what I mean by that is we're averaging around about 47% closing ratio with these. All right, that's profitable. That makes money. So we get down into 37%. We're still, you know, making a little bit of money. When it gets below that, it becomes a cost. It becomes a liability, not an asset. So you need to keep that in mind. If I have a veteran agent, just to give you an example, and this happens often, that answers 4 calls. And what I mean by 4 calls, I'm talking about the first one don't even have Medicare. I'm talking about the second one has retirement. And then I'm talking about 2 more that can be sold. That's 4 calls. 47% out of that, which is almost selling one of them, right? Mm-hmm. These other 2 we couldn't sell, but it's still 4 calls. That's factored in the cost. These 4 calls cost money. It don't matter if they were a hang up. It don't matter if they were a terrible call. It costs money. So out of 4 calls, if you don't sell 1, we're doing this very quick, like as a company. We're doing this. So when you turn in, I talk to 8x8s, and you've got that right there, or you've got this right here. Okay, we will start meeting and going, look, let me listen to these other ones that you did not sell. Let's see why. It's not gonna be meeting because I'm getting on to you. It's gonna be meeting. Let me help you figure out what's going on. Hey, if there were 7 that was on retirement, okay, I got you, I understand. But if there was 3 of them that could have been sold that wasn't sold, we need to figure out how to adjust. Cause any company that's gonna be successful is gonna have to evolve. I probably ain't even spelling it right. Same, pretty much adjust. Have to leave the excuses at the house. You're gonna have to have the want to produce. Okay? You have to create value for a company to be valuable. You got me? And by doing that, it's a learning, it's listening to me rant sometimes in the mornings, you know, and hopefully maybe you pick one sentence out of something I said and you're able to use it, but every day try to learn something and try to create value for yourself. So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
The 8x8 calls that come in that's already somebody's client, do those cost money?
No. Okay, so that's already somebody that's calling for us, that's already been counted, you know. So, yeah, so the way it works is we mail out thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of mail every day. Kind of like that lead card that y'all are reading off of. It's similar to that, it's got a phone number on it, and they call us. The percentage is so low of the people that call us, that's why it gets so expensive, because we have to mail out an unbelievable amount of mail to make somebody call us, you know. Then when they call us, chances are pretty good. You know, y'all talk to a few, you know, one might be terrible and the next one's great. You know, so it's a numbers game. Right here, if you can be 10% effective with this, we're making money, okay? You talk to 50 people, if you can sell 5 of them people out of 50, you know, then we're being effective. If it gets below that, then we may need to adjust. Like I was talking with Brittany yesterday, she just couldn't hardly get anybody on the phone. That ain't her fault. If you're calling and can't get nobody on the phone, you were doing your job, okay? That's where we need to do this right here. We need to adjust. I need to, you know, ramp up the Facebooks in a different area. I need to change the advertisement. I need to do something so we're getting somebody that's actually answering the phone. You know, the other thing on adjusting and making sure that we evolve, you know, Hunter and David and all them over there have done a fantastic job of like CRM. I mean, they've come up with, hey, here's a local number you can call from, you know, to make it more effective. So you need to, we've got a team of people that, I mean, working every single day behind the scenes that y'all don't even see that's, hey, what can we do for our agents? What can we do to help our agents? What can we do? You know, this right here, I mean, I thought about that this morning when I woke up about 4 o'clock, I've been thinking about this. That's probably one of the smartest things that I've seen. I mean, David's a genius, but just naming his company Elite, you know, I mean, it says a lot about what we do, what we are. So if you don't consider yourself elite in this business, you might need to be at one of them other just insurance places, you know. You know, and I think he probably named it that for a reason, because he wants all of us to be that way, you know, to be out there with, I can go buy a truck, you know, that I want. I can go get a house. I can go do this because I put in the work and I want to be elite, and I'm not that guy going, it's 4 o'clock, you know. And I'm not that person that's sitting in here that I got to be here all day and I'm sitting here playing on my cell phone, you know. I'm not producing. So play on that phone that's on the internet with Miss Jones so you can make yourself some money, because you're here doing, and I get that, there's some times where you need a break. You've been on the phone for an hour or whatever. Hey, take you a break. You can get burnt out, you know. Take you a break. Go smoke your 8-minute cigarette or something. So I get that. But as far as leads, I just want to kind of explain that to you, especially like for a new agent. So, and we've met with this so many times over there in Reedsville with all the managers talking about, because when they first started, they started on 8x8s, okay? We didn't have the Facebooks turned on. They were doing some Convoso too. If y'all get a little feel of Convoso, you'll probably like Facebook. So,
love it.
So they got a little feel of that too, because that's what we had at the time. But doing so much research with other agencies that are being producing figuring out costs. You have to adjust things, especially for a new agent. So you need to be at least full-time for 3 or 4 weeks when you get on the phone on Facebook leads and possibly some lead cards, all right? Then we'll move you over, we'll start adjusting you with 8x8s. And veteran agents that's been doing 8x8s, they circling around, you see them, they're calling lead cards, calling Facebook cards. So, but I only have them mainly answering 8x8s right now because they have been doing it long enough where when you answer 4 of them, I better see some results. Because you've already been trained. If you don't know how to close them now, we need to go back and close the door and let's talk, figure out what's going on. Because this right here, doing this right here, gets so expensive so fast. If you do it on a large scale of all our offices, bankruptcy is fast, okay? So, you have to be effective for this. I've looked at, I get reports all the time for other offices, our office, we do the report and all. And I'll look at my office or our office and see, a few that didn't produce that day or we didn't produce as a whole. I'm looking at other offices to see, and I'll just see, hey, were they answered 11 or 12 8x8s, one sale. And I'm thinking, I was like, I can't imagine how much money on a mass scale is going out weekly when you do this times however many agents. There's a lot of agents. So if you're not effective with these right here, just know that, we cannot be effective with this and maybe cost the company $300 that day, okay? We cannot be effective with this other one, 8x8, and cost the company $1,200 that same day. Do that times each agent really fast. And then you start having the meeting of, this might not be for you. So I don't wanna have that meeting. I want y'all to be productive, but I want you to be able to cover costs if you're doing these. I have people saying, when's it my turn for 8x8? I get it. If I'm sitting in the chair, I'm asking the same exact thing. I see somebody selling 8x8 right now. I sure would like to answer that. So as a new agent, you will get to answer some before 3 or 4 weeks are out. But a lot of times, like especially Katie, if they go to lunch and you're here, you get them, girl. Or if they're on the phone, instead of me picking it up and going and selling it, I'm like, I seen Katie the other day because I think she was about to do something, and I hollered at her 2 or 3 times because she had answered when I got her phone. She was about to probably go pee or something, and I said, Katie, you got it? She's like, yeah. So, but I yell at you if that phone's ringing. I want y'all to answer it and get a little experience with it if they're on the phone. But as a veteran agent, I want y'all to critique your own daily sales. If you're not producing, let's look at, if it goes on there, it wouldn't change, or whatever. Hey, they could have been changed, okay? They could have been changed. And you might have done everything possible you could do. You might have sounded right, everything, and they wouldn't change. That's gonna happen. I'm just saying, if you catch something listening to it, you may catch yourself going, oh man, could have done that just a little bit different. So and it's every day just growing like that. I've done it for a long time. I'll catch myself, saying something.
There's a good bit of them that act like they didn't know it was about insurance when they filled out.
They will, yeah, especially Facebook. They will. You go ahead and start knowing some of this stuff in your head. Like I'm gonna have some. I'm glad you just brought that up. So this is what I used to call them all the time. Okay? I can make anybody that right there. Anybody. You know who this is? I can go to McDonald's if I want one of them. Get me an Egg McMuffin. That's an order taker. I just ordered, they took my order and they gave me what I asked for. An order taker, an Egg McMuffin. What I want y'all to do, I'll get with you in just a minute. What I want y'all to do is feed somebody that ain't hungry. Okay? They not looking for an Egg McMuffin, but you gonna give them one. Okay? I want y'all to be a professional closer. I want y'all to be elite. this right here, we can hire people, we can get you licensed. Just because you got licensed, don't mean you became this. You don't become this right here until you take it all in and actually use it, okay? We can get these tools out here, and I've hired probably 1,000 of them. They call their damn self mechanics. Let me tell you something. They turn in wrenches. They are not mechanics, okay? There's a difference. You can get your oil change out there and they leave the filter off, you go down the road and blow the motor, or you can have somebody that knows what they're doing and change your oil. So, as an order taker, and the difference in this right here will probably be this, or this, it won't be this, okay? So, and it's up to you. And you'll start to notice how many people you actually talk with versus how many you sold. You'll be able to tell yourself without me telling you, you know. But some people just, you know, they were mean, whatever. You know, that's called excuses. And you're gonna get some. You're gonna get mean people. But there's a difference in an order taker and somebody that's a professional closer. There's very few closers out there, I can promise you that. There's a ton of order takers, and they're not gonna be here. We're gonna make y'all closers. Let's see here, bringing value to the company. All right, that's what I was talking about with, you know, being able to close. You know, if you're valuable, you're gonna continue just to do this right here. You're gonna move up. An order taker too, I'll give you an example of what's coming up here pretty soon here. Anybody getting tax money back? After this year, you probably won't. So anyway, tax money. People get tax money, I see it every year. They get their tax money. Guess what happens?
Can't get a new car.
Walmart gets busy, you get a new car. Guess what else what happens? A lot of them quit their job. Huh? I got me some money. I'm about to quit my job. Huh? And then a month later, really about 24 hours later, the money's gone. Now I need me a job again. You know, we can find them everywhere. That is not what we're looking for here. We're gonna let them stay at McDonald's, okay? So I wanna turn y'all into something where you don't have to worry about money in general as far as paycheck to paycheck. So one other thing we gotta hit on really hard. This will, I'm long-winded, I know. So this will keep the doors open or shut the doors fast, okay? And it ain't gonna shut the doors fast. What we do with the ones that ain't being compliant is open the door and let you out. Compliance, you have to be compliant, all right? Do what we train you on. Warm up, do your scope of appointment. Don't forget your scope of appointment. Don't say I forgot your scope of appointment. Do your scope of appointment. Compare plans, apples to apples. Go over it. Read the disclaimer that's after that on Sunfire. After you do that, verify with them everything and verify their electronic signature. Let them know what plan they're getting and what card they'll be getting in the mail. Give them your phone number and you'll be good to go. It's not hard, it's definitely not rocket science, okay? So it's just a repetitive thing you'll do over and over and over. And so just be compliant. I can't hit that in your head enough, where if you get a complaint and you truly did everything right about having that recorded phone call to fall back on to protect you, okay? If you didn't do everything right, we can't pull that recorded phone call. And, I mean, David says this to me about 1,000 times a day. I hate it, but he tells it to me, but he's right. And he calls it Chick-fil-A. Does anybody kind of know why he says that about our system? He wants it Chick-fil-A.
Cause Chick-fil-A is perfect.
Y'all been to Chick-fil-A? They're probably the most organized fast food place I've ever seen on the planet. They can run you a chicken sandwich faster than I've ever seen anybody cook one. So Chick-fil-A, they have a system. You cannot even own a Chick-fil-A store. I don't care how much money you have, unless you've been a manager for 5 years. You have to work there and serve that chicken for 5 years before you can even, it don't matter if you had the money to buy it that day. You can't, they won't let you. you know, so and they have a system for hiring people. They have a system on, and they go through a lot of people, you know. They go through a lot of people because people just don't want to work, you know. So, and it takes work there. I don't know if y'all seen them. There's about 50 people back there throwing fries and french fries and chicken sandwiches. But they have a system on what they do,
Take your order.
and it works. Huh?
It's 35 takes your order. This one takes your order, that one takes your money, that one gives you a receipt.
Yeah, here you go, and I'm gonna throw the bag at you when you ride through. So, and he says this to me every single day. Yeah, we're gonna Chick-fil-A. Yeah, make sure y'all Chick-fil-A. What he's basically saying is make sure everything we've done is done right and in a working order. Like when you hire an agent, they need to go through this system. They need to be trained here. They need to do this. They better not be on 8x8 right off the bat. Just things like that, you know. There's a system that we go through to make y'all successful, and it's for a reason, to make y'all successful, okay? If we didn't train y'all on that, just said, here, get on the phone, kind of like I was. Here, there's a computer, and these are the websites. Good luck, Bubba. So that's about how much I was trained. So, but it's a system now that's, you know, in order for y'all to succeed. We want every one of y'all to succeed. We want every one of y'all to bring value. We want you, when you get in here, if it's 9 o'clock, going, I'm hoping she's up by now because I'm on the phone. If not, it's 10:15 and I ain't even picked the damn phone up yet, you know, because I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for lunch. So, great news is, I've got some really great news. Y'all probably already seen it. Looks like my wife said, a beat up soda can. I'm a heckler for a deal. If it's a deal, I don't care what it is. I may not need it. If it's a deal, I'm gonna get it. It's just it's a weakness I have. But the good news is nobody ever has to go to lunch again. You never have to go anywhere. We can all work all day and never take a lunch break. That's the great news. I was gonna give y'all that today. Because we got a really dented up refrigerator that might not work, but it's brand new, so I bought it, okay? So.
We
got
still need a
food.
microwave then if you don't want us to leave.
That
Thank
part.
you.
Microwave.
Huh?
Still need a microwave.
See, y'all always wanting something, huh? You can eat a damn cold sandwich, Kirsten, okay?
I'm not eating cold.
Put it out there in the
outside.
sun 30 minutes before you want it, if you want, okay?
It's winter.
I'll go to the pawn shop at lunch and get you one.
Okay.
So, we've got a refrigerator. They didn't guarantee me it works, so I can't guarantee y'all it works. I can just guarantee I got y'all one. So, I'm a deal guy. It was $1,200 at Lowe's. They had it marked half off for $600. So I got, where's your manager at? Here comes old Garrett, little manager, you know. Tell you what, Garrett, things a little dented up. Got some scratches and look like y'all dropped it about 3 times. I can tell it's new, ain't never been used. Y'all just, somebody didn't take good care of it. I'll give you $400 for it. Take it or leave it. Garrett said, I'll load it up for you. So then I got my little load discount, told him not to add taxes and all that, got it for $380. Got me a $1,200 refrigerator for $380. I'll take the dents and the scratches. What I didn't want to take, I should still be laying in the Vidalia hospital right now, so I would never have to give y'all a speech again and be retired. Because I fell off the damn back of the truck with it raining like I broke my neck. And I should have just laid in the Lowe's parking lot until Lowe's insurance and the ambulance got there. But I got up and acted like I wasn't hurt. I could still help. So, got the refrigerator going. Last refrigerator gave me dementia too. Meningitis that hit me in the head when I was taking the door off of it. I stayed in the hospital for about 6 months. So, I'm hell on refrigerator. I'm telling you, they hell on me. So, we're gonna get it in here today, plug it up. Maybe it works. Don't look at it, it's ugly, but it might cool something. So, let me see if there's anything else I want to rant about this morning. Oh, negative. Ooh, it's gonna be a good day. Y'all know what? Every single day I look at my phone, Jesus has been trying to tell me something because it's 911 every single day. Every day. 9:10 today, it's gonna be a good day. 9:11, something's wrong, I know. So, negativity real quick. If you have anything ever to say that's negative, don't do it while we're in a group meeting. Come in behind closed doors with me. We'll say it negative, I'll address it. I'll get your attitude right, and you can come back out and be right. One thing with negativity, I want to go real fast and I'm going to hush.
You need a new marker.
You really? And y'all probably might see me do this sometime. I try to preach what you should do, not what I do. if I walk through that door and get on the other side over there where the car lot's at, I will probably come back a different person through here. It happens. That place over there does that to me. There's demons over there. Negativity is worse than any virus you can come up with, because it'll start right here and then it'll just circle around, okay? So if I see your negativity, I'm probably gonna weed you out like a weed killer, okay? So if you're negative, if you're, we have bad days, everybody has bad days, right? I understand that. It's gonna also reflect on your phone calls, okay? If you're having a bad day, or you're being negative about something, you're pissed off about who you talked to last, you're pissed off about the lead you're calling, you pissed off because you ain't getting no calls, you pissed off about something, pissed off about me talking too much. So something is going to reflect in your phone calls, which will reflect in your production, which will reflect in your paycheck, which will circle back around and make you negative again. So let's keep that at the house with our excuses and be positive while you're here. If you have anything that's issues or a problem, bring it to me. Let's address it, see if we can help you with it. So, I call David every day cussing him out about something negative, you know. I'm surprised he even answers my phone calls anymore. What, Jamie, they banks ain't answering? That's the reason I'm cussing. So, but I'm doing that for y'all because I want y'all to be producing, you know. And on the other end of it, he's going, do you know how much we just spent on mailing out? Hold on a minute, I'll send you a bill so you can help out with that, and maybe you'll slow down on your fussing. You know, so I get it. It's expensive, but if we're producing, it'll be worth it, okay? It'll be worth it. These right here, we'll get a whole lot more leads, lead cards, we get a lot more leads. These right here, I know, are gravy, we'll get them, but we gotta be around this area right here when we do get them. We have to be effective. You can be really good and not go down. And sometimes there ain't nothing you can do about it. And it'll cost you and it'll cost the company. So we have to keep that up. With these, we want to try to stay around 10%. With the lead cards, you'll probably stay around about 25%, right around that area. So if y'all would just dial. One thing, getting back to Chick-fil-A real quick. All right, so CRM. I said it yesterday. Whitney, if you're still listening to this 30-minute video, this is for you, all right? Because I've already went over it with y'all. CRM, all right? We get our Facebook leads here, okay? When are they hot?
When you
First 5 minutes? When are they not? Day later, later that afternoon? There's still a phone number. We can still sell them. I might sell one that I called from a month ago because I got their name and their number. I had Gann in here yesterday. Some of y'all met him. He used to actually call for me and set my appointments when I used to go knock on doors. So he's got pretty good experience with it. I'd knock on doors and he called and I said, do you remember the leads that I used to give you? I used to give you. And he said, what leads? I said, the leads I used to give you to call to set me appointments. Yeah, what leads? And I said, you know, what I used to give you to call. He said, you mean that list that had somebody's name and phone number on it? And most of them were dead? I said, yeah, that list. That list we ordered, which is pretty much a senior's phone book list is what it is. It's anybody 65 and older, and most of them dead, you know. And so he had to just go through caboodles of numbers to set me appointments. So he had experience with, you know, what we're going through. When I told him about the different lead systems, he's like, man, you gotta be kidding me. We ain't calling that list no more? You know, so y'all see me in there calling that list or something like that, I'm not above doing that. It's a name and a number, and if they're 65 and older, I don't care what it is. Same with Facebook, if they get a name and a number. But with these, we have seen experience with, if you can call them in the first 5 or 10 minutes they responded, it's a whole lot better chance. Here's the other thing, is the local number. Y'all use that, not your 8x8, okay? Turn it into a local number so they will answer. Use that local number for Facebook leads or lead cards. Anybody, if I'm calling out, I would use that so it's a local number. I have a whole lot better chance. When we're talking about Chick-fil-A and doing things right, that's part of it that we have learned from other places that are successful with it, you know. Call centers that do different things, American Express, whatever. they're successful with calling. Have y'all got a local number call you before that's been spam? Okay, they do it. Did you answer it? Sometimes, yeah. Heck yeah, I mean, I've answered a bunch of them that's 912. And sometimes it'll say like 764, Statesboro number. And I'm thinking, you know, right down the road right here, and then there's somebody, it's an Indian, you know. Hold on a minute, let me transfer you. You know, so I'll let you talk to John. That's Convoso that we dealt with, by the way. You know, they would transfer us, and we would be trying to sell somebody in New Mexico. Now, I'd learn that plan real quick, like everybody going, who's licensed in New Mexico? Who's licensed in Texas? You know, so we may get back to calling something like that. You know, we produced on it. We did produce on it. We produced. I mean, sometimes 3-4 apps we produced on it, but it was a grind. You know, talk to 3 people that's, I don't know what that Indian's talking about, but I ain't got time for y'all, you know? But, anyway, if y'all hit that phone hard and call and work the numbers on it and call until you get somebody, and then try your best to use what you've been trained to do while you're on that phone call. Let's overcome objections. Let's try not to fall asleep while I'm talking. And, maybe get something done, John. Anyway, so if y'all, I wanna let y'all know, new agents, you will get 8x8s coming in, but it'll probably be a few weeks when you get some experience coming in. And you will get some right off the bat too, like Brittany the other day. So, Brittany, grab it. So, you know, if y'all, they were at lunch or something like that, you get some experience with that. Or if it's like this past Monday, where it was just off the charts calling. I love them days. I was like, AP Monday wasn't done. It was crazy. So anyway, you can shut me out.